Okay, so a lot of our changes for this last release have been in Roverscan. We made a couple of UI changes as well as added 2 other features, start job and end job. I just wanted to show a quick demo of some of the things we've been working on. I'll start with inventory check. So one thing you've been able to do before is add a part in, and before it was a data table that was covering up too much screen size, and there was a few too many options, but we simplified it down to the original inventory check that's in Rover, and that only showed the location, the bin, and whatever's on hand. And we made it a little bit more responsive to different mobile view sizes, and that's what I'll be demoing on. And so this is our sort of new look and feel for inventory check. I believe this check another part. And it's a lot more responsive now. So before there was a couple issues with going back. And so now we added in into the navigation bar the program name of whatever scan utility you're on, and then you could just click it back and you could end up back at the menu. The second barcode scan app that we updated the UI with is the transfer menu. And so similarly, it has a look and feel that's more mobile friendly. It responds to different width sizes, so it'll be good for different device sizes. And then you're just able to enter a quantity and location and then to location. And then you have the option to add notes. And then once you submit, it'll clear, it'll give you a success message, and then end up back at the part number. So those are our 2 UI changes. And then
I don't know if you noticed when he's entering data into specific fields, it's automatically forwarding to the most appropriate field for the next action, which is pretty important on scan guns. So they're scanning in a part number, and then we want to jump them down to the next thing that they would likely want to enter.
That's correct. And the last 2, they look the same essentially, but it's start job and end job. Oh, I haven't been plugged in yet. This particular one is a lot more responsive to the data behind it. That is how start job works in Rover. I thought I created a start job, but I guess not. But the idea is that you're able to enter in your employee ID. It'll jump you to the function, and depending on that function, that you jump to the work order ID and then the operation. The function description and the work center are read-only items, so you're not able to enter in anything. But you are able to enter data into the work order ID and operation and function. And similarly, end job looks exactly the same, but when you enter in your user ID, it could pre-populate the function that you're currently on. But that is the end of our scan updates.
All right. Shoshana, were you going to show some point of sale updates?
Yeah. I don't remember exactly how much has changed since we last demoed it, but stuff definitely has, so it's worth it to. So here's our starting screen. Register. I've added a submit button. Before it was just an enter. Now you can do it either way. You can enter it or you can click submit. Here's where you type your customer invoice number or order number. I'm going to do that. Oh, and before I actually show you that, something else that's new is this other income button. So sometimes at these stores, they'll want to sell something that's not necessarily in inventory. So something like scrap metal. So that's something that you can do now, and just basically the note basically saying what this other income is for, and then the charge that you'd like to charge. So that is new. So once you pick a customer, you can add invoices. Something that's new is that you can remove one. We got a cute little icon. You can also update the amount. So a lot of times they'll have people pay for partial, like for only part of the invoice. So you can update the amount. It will update your total, your remaining balance. You can remove something. Something that's also kind of nice is we've got these quick action buttons. So this is if you wanted to clear the register, close the register, clear the customer, you're done with this transaction for whatever reason, you don't want to continue, you could just clear the customer. So that's nice. And then you can continue to payment, and we've got, a bunch of different methods to do so. This allows for split tender. So if I enter a cash amount, that will be deducted from the total. We'll display our remaining balance, and you won't be able to submit the payment until we've reached that balance through, however many tender types. So, and that again for Rover purposes, we are going to work on being able to send in multiple cash records, because each tender type is going to be an individual cash record. This is something we talked about a little bit ago. So that's less demo related, more backend related, but either way, and then again, you can also remove this, and you can also change the amount. So if I wanted to change this to 60, well, I guess I didn't actually test that out before the demo, so this is literally today. So that's what we can do here on the payment page. You can also choose a card on file if there are any. You can use manual card entry. This will prompt the Bolt device, and you can also send in a check. And I think that is all.
With that, I think that's about our time for today. Well, thank you, everyone.